So we start off with a cautionary tale of trusting your advisors. This is from Thursday's Telegraph, Dana, and GCHQ suspect Putin is being given a bum steer by the sound of it.
Yeah, well, I guess he's being lied to by his advisors, as you said, and his government communication headquarters. So they're basically afraid to tell him the truth, and who wouldn't be?
Yeah, that is the problem with being a dictator. It's been a well-established paradox, isn't it? The more powerful you get, the more vulnerable you are, because people just become afraid.
Well, everyone's afraid. I mean, the man rides a horse shirtless at his age. No one bothered to tell him.
Held at the same time. Scott Capurro was certainly torn on that one. What do you think, though? Does this ring true, or does this? There is a word that's used online, cope. You know, when you're just trying to kind of make excuses or kind of undermine or belittle your opponents. It is conceivable, isn't it, that GCHQ might be playing their own psyops game here as well, might try to convince him that he's not getting the true story in order that he doesn't trust his own advisors. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, there's been lots of porcupines going on, and I think that's quite normal in a sense.
I thought you said porcupines for a minute there, but porcupines. Cockney rhyming slang. Don't hear that very often.
As in lies.
Yeah. Cockney rhyming slang, I am familiar. Yes.
Rhyming, yeah.
You're supposed to just say porkies, otherwise the civilians get it. If you say the whole word, never mind.
The thing is, I think he's in denial anyway about how well or not well he's doing.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to trust anyone around him. So I guess he's already sacked eight of his generals. Wow. And I think we did a story like a week ago where a lot of his generals had also died on the front line.
In a massive purge.
Yeah, and I'm thinking...
Oh, no, that was the other one, wasn't it?
It's like, oh, OK, so do you think this might be... They'd rather go and fight, because I was thinking it was really odd that you send your top soldiers out to fight.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to fight to get away from him, or maybe they accidentally got killed by their own. I don't know. I'm just surmising.
Things have not panned out quite the way Putin hoped.
No,
clearly
it
a month
hasn't.
ago.
And no one's been too scared to be honest with him.
I just don't understand how he could expect that it would work out. What is the percentage of conscripts that are fighting this war that are under the age of 25? I mean, you can't trust...
Do you think that's what it is?
I do think that...
A lack of morale in
I
the
think
troops?
it's a lack of... not necessarily morale. I think they've been misled. But I think it's more a lack of experience. These are young men who don't have a lot of military experience.
I think that's definitely a factor. They've also had to admit that their machinery isn't quite up to date. That's been an issue. But there was a chap, I can't remember his name, Phillips O'Brien, who wrote a book about how the Second World War was won. He says it's all too easy to get focused on heroics, on brilliantly devised battle strategies and individual generals and people who storm machine gun nests. It's actually about supply lines. It's all about creating a network and a structure. It's all creating an infrastructure, essentially. Just like a decent country needs roads and rail, an army needs that as well, and they just haven't managed to come up with it.